Okay, I just fucked with one of the pins.
Oh,
How do
that's
we?
much better.
Yeah, okay. I think it took back over then. Is that good?
That's much better.
All right, perfect. You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, awesome.
Yeah, with
Have we
that.
been rolling this whole
Yeah,
time?
with that 3 minute tech issue,
All right,
tech
fuck it.
problems.
All
Cool.
right, all right.
Hey everyone, welcome to the
Hey,
Water
what's
Time
up?
podcast,
Welcome to
episode two.
episode two. Yeah,
Technical issues, but
yeah, we
resolved
all
in two
face.
minutes. Yeah, yeah. I'm
um,
Alan. Welcome back.
yeah, I'm
Yeah,
Will. This is the podcast where we just discuss random stuff that we find interesting. Hopefully,
yeah,
you take away a thing or two.
yeah. How's it going, Will? You're not in the studio anymore. We're
Yeah,
in a
no.
different
So I
setup this
actually,
week.
yeah, I came back to New York City. I was only in Seattle back home for 6 days, and like with flights and everything, and with all the family you see, it was so quick, and I was back.
It was quick, even though there was a lot of family during Thanksgiving and stuff traveling
Oh, but
during
just
the
usually when I
holidays.
come home, I was coming home for like a week and a half or so. I
Yeah.
think 6 days when you're traveling across the country, it just goes by really fast, especially because you are seeing family the whole time and like some buddies of yours. And then like the time is just it's all gone there, right? I think I had 3 separate days where it was just family stuff.
Yeah.
Because I'm not back very often, right? So like you have Thanksgiving and then you have other days you're spending with your family or your siblings maybe. Um, but it's always lovely. We had a beautiful Thanksgiving. It was a lot of fun. I was like hanging out with some family that I don't really interact with a lot, so that's always really fun. It's my mom's side of the family. The last time I saw some of them was between 5 and 10 years. So
Why
I can
why
kind of
was
get
it
into that.
this
Some of them are
year?
pretty interesting.
How come it was this year that you all
Yeah,
saw
yeah.
each
So the
other
last few
again?
Thanksgivings I've been in New York City.
Ah,
So my dad's from New York, my mom's from Seattle, and so I'm in New York City now. And growing up, I was with my mom's family more and like my direct grandparents.
yeah.
But when I moved to New York City the past like 4 years, I've been here usually hanging out with my East Coast family and like even sometimes meeting new relatives. That's pretty fun because like I didn't grow up here, so I always think I meet people that I just didn't know before.
I don't
So
think
yeah,
I've
it's always
had
a
that
good time.
experience like in the past 10 years of meeting cousins that I've never met before, ever.
Yeah, it's like not my. Also, they're not my cousins. I only have two cousins. It's my dad is really close with all of his cousins, and he has like 15 of them. No, he has more. He has so many cousins. They have kids, right? Because that's our age group. Those are the people I feel like I meet where I'm like, oh, this is somebody new, or oh, I haven't seen the person in 5 plus years. Um,
Do you still call them your cousins? Like when you meet them? Like
yeah, we
we're
use that, but they're not.
distant
They'd be called
cousins?
second cousins, I think, or like a cousin
Uh,
once removed. But we just say cousin, like it's just easier. And the same thing on my mom's side, right? So actually, the family I saw for Thanksgiving in Seattle was my mom's side of the family, her cousins, and those relatives, of which, yeah, like I said, I hadn't seen in a while. And then just some new faces too. Some of them were inviting their friends and stuff, so it's a good time.
yeah.
How about you?
Busy
You
but
big,
fun time.
busy, yeah, but it was enjoyable, and it's also fun because with that distance of like 5 years, people's
Yeah.
lives change dramatically, especially at our age, right? Like we're 30 or 25, so that's cool.
Yeah.
How was your Thanksgiving?
I was really chill. It's usually always chill. Usually we get Chinese food and go to some one of our family's homes. Like this time we went to our grandparents' home or apartment and then ate with them. That's pretty much it. And then I went home, s- focused on getting some more furniture for the studio
Yeah,
and
yeah,
just chilled, play games.
yeah, homie.
Yeah, I downloaded
No, that's
Valorant because
good.
you told me to.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And now
It's
I'm a
hard.
Valorant gamer.
We were just playing. It's a different game compared to other ones, right? Especially coming from like Call of Duty and stuff, which you can just like shoot. Like this one's a lot different. You have abilities. It's a lot more tactical,
Yeah.
right? I thought you'd like it though, because we were always big Search and Destroy fans.
Well, the thing with like search and destroy in Call of Duty is people can still run around and just do whatever.
Yeah, this
But
game
in
is
Valorant, I
very,
notice
yeah,
you have
yeah,
to play patient and like if you're on defense, you actually need to be defending. You can't be
yeah.
running out and trying to kill people, even though that's
I mean, you definitely can, but you're just not going to do well. I think it just punishes you more as opposed to Call of Duty.
yeah.
Um, yeah,
Yeah, but we'll
yeah.
see. Yeah, I mean, speaking of Thanksgiving and the holidays, I heard you got some deals on your laptop. Like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
new
So I just
laptop?
got a new laptop. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I bought a couple other gifts too. Like I think Thanksgiving and Black Friday deals are perfect to grab your Christmas gift for people if you're doing that. But yeah, no, I got another MacBook Air. I had one from I think it was early 2000, so almost 6 years old. And it was just about time. And I think it was like they're
It's
usually a
about
thousand
time.
dollars, and this one was 750. That's a good time to upgrade. It's gonna last another 6 years. It's good enough for
Hopefully
me.
more, because these new chips that Apple's doing, their in-house M1 chips, they're like insane.
Well, I had an M1 chip, so this one's like the M4 one, but like I think all technology after like phones every now and then
Yeah.
you have to just replace. I feel like they make it that way. You have to replace it. The software gets more demanding. I know there's a lawsuit in the past where Apple was actually intentionally slowing their old phones down. So like so you buy new ones. But there is like a tactic I think that's actually done on purpose to get people to upgrade. I had that issue
Yeah.
too with like one of my laptops. I couldn't upgrade the OS version any farther up, and some software didn't work because of that. And then recently, I'm going on a rant here. My old laptop, you couldn't connect it to two displays anymore. So it used to be
Yeah.
with the MacBook Air, I had the 2020 model, I believe, the M1.
Yeah.
I could connect it to two displays externally. They had an OS update that removed that feature, so I could only connect it to one external display. It made me
That's
so
so
mad.
dumb. That's so dumb
It's
because
purely through software.
and it can definitely handle the workload of displaying on two screens, two
See,
additional
that's like
screens.
one thing. I was wondering if maybe it's because like more modern screens are just more demanding in terms of resolution, pixel count. So maybe there are actual like power issues because of it, but I don't know. It was just annoying.
I doubt that.
It's
That just seems like
yeah.
a way to incentivize you to buy the more pro
Yeah,
version, you
exactly.
know?
No, I mean that's what they're all
It's
doing. There
a
was a
yeah, come
lawsuit
on,
on me.
man.
Like
Come
they
on.
yeah.
What are we talking about here? A MacBook Pro can't do that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a big thing though. Black Friday deals. You get anything good? I got a new laptop.
Dude, everything I was saying is that buy things now on a discount so that they can arrive by Christmas time. So that's like a big
Yeah.
marketing that I've been seeing
Absolutely.
recently.
I got a Christmas gift, yeah. Did you get any?
No, because when I buy things, I want to have them soon. Like if I see that something has a shipping of 1 to 2 months or 3 months, that turns me off from buying the product. Because
Oh yeah.
when I want to get something, I want it to arrive as soon as possible.
Oh, dude, Amazon's ruined us. The 2 day shipping. Like remember that was revolutionary. It used
That
to be back on
was
eBay, dude. If you were there on 15 years ago, you ordered something online, it would take weeks to get to
weeks
you.
to get there for free
Now everyone
usually.
expects, yeah, no, you had to pay for it. It wasn't for free. I remember I got my PlayStation 2 off eBay because all my
Yeah.
electronics growing up came from eBay. It was all used stuff, and like my dad would help me order it, and no, it would take weeks to get to you, man. And like you had to actually confirm with the shipper. It was like an individual person, and you'd
What?
be like, "Hey, have you shipped it yet?" And they'd give you the information, and yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Dude,
now everyone, it's very different now, I think. And then everyone tries to match Amazon, right? Walmart, Best Buy, they all do the same thing of quick shipping. It's pretty sweet. It
no, I
is
mean, I've
nice.
always grown up with only buying stuff if the shipping is free. Because just the fact that the shipping isn't free, like $5 or $10 or whatever,
Yeah.
it really de incentivizes me from getting the
Even
product.
even if it's like $1,000 item. Like if it was like, oh, 20 bucks for shipping off of $1,000
Well, at that
item.
point, shouldn't the shipping be free? Like that's all the
Well,
more reason,
but there
right?
you go. Like that's the
Like
thing,
so it's
right? So
that
it's
one
not
like psychological extra
yeah.
$5
That's all Black
that's
Friday is, right? It's all the psychological stuff because it might not be the most logical sense making, but it just gets you.
well, I was looking at the whole, the idea of like ending your prices in .99
Yeah,
because
yeah,
then
yeah.
the first digit 199 looks more appealing than $2, even though it's only a cent difference. And people would want to round down that 199 so that like there's like a study that says if you take 199 and $3, a lot of people will say that the difference between those is closer to uh I believe what's the study? Was it $2 or $1?
Probably two if it's supposed to be revolutionary and make you think.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
probably
yeah.
one
That
because
was
it's
it.
actually $1.
Yeah, because it's actually $1 and 1 cent,
Yeah.
but because I see the one in front of the 99, I'm gonna think, oh, it's $1 versus $3. There's a $2
Yeah.
difference.
No, on the Wikipedia page you can go into it. It's called psychological pricing, and there was some studies
Yeah.
done in like the 80s and 90s. And yeah, it works really well.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any like actual consensus among like the community about it, like psychologists and stuff, but there's like anecdotal stuff that it works. One thing I thought was funny when I was reading that article too is it said the United Kingdom used to have a half penny unit. It's kind of funny because the U.S. just got rid of their penny. I don't know if you've seen that recently.
Oh, that was a
The
recent
U.S.
thing?
penny, yeah, U.S. penny is no longer being produced.
Oh, thank
But
goodness.
I know,
Thank
but the UK
goodness.
used to have a half penny, and you can imagine everything was priced with the half penny. You know, like everything ended with a half penny, like a point
Yeah.
five.
So you'd see like
Yeah,
what? You'd see like a pound and point.
you would see what you see for gas. So
Ah,
like
I
gas,
see.
is 9/10 of a cent at the
Yeah.
end. You would see
Yeah.
that, but it'll be 5/10 of a cent, and they actually had a unit for that. Like they actually had a currency for that. So it's just pretty funny,
Is it
like
not
how
weird
far
that
that went.
with ongoing inflation that you still have all of your base coins being the same? So like if we take the penny for an example, you have a cent, and that was really
Yeah,
useful back in the day when everything costs
yeah,
30 cents,
absolutely,
40 cents.
absolutely.
Oh, yeah. But then now if everything's costing 10 times as more, then do we want to get 10 times as many pennies?
Well, that's why the penny is gone. It's exactly what
Oh,
you're
thank
talking about because
goodness.
it has literally no use. Yeah, there is this thing you can see too. McDonald's and all these fast food companies. I think I saw it on Reddit. They're all doing things where they just round to the nearest zero or the nearest five. So pennies are being completely phased out because of what you said, inflation over time. Right? It's no use. I remember when like a nickel used to mean something to people. Right? My
Oh, I see
dad's
a
talked
nickel on the
about
ground
my
and be like,
grandpa.
wait,
Yeah, yeah. It's like
this
oh
could help
shit.
me
You know,
get the next
I'm
candy
eating
that
a
I
well
want.
tonight. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
No, sometimes when I'd go to the like the grocery stores when I was a kid and get the candy, sometimes like
Mhm.
the amount of coins I had in my pocket were just short, like 5 cents short, 10 cents short. And as a
Oh,
kid,
really?
you're like, oh shoot, if only I had another nickel, if only I had five more pennies. And then so if we ever found coins on the ground, it was like a payday basically. It's like
Oh
very
shit! Would you
exciting.
guys like? Would you have like a little celebration at home?
Well,
Like, would you bring it
I
in
would
and
just
tell your
bring candy
parents and
home.
like,
I'd bring
eh,
candy home instead of no candy.
I got you. I can't think about candy. It was always a quarter. All like the gumballs and candy machines I used, but that's nice. A
You know,
little
they
nickel
they probably
makes a
cost like
difference.
three quarters now instead of
Yeah,
one
dude.
quarter for a
Dude, fucking
gumball.
inflation. That's what no one's talking about. It's the
Oh
candy
my
machine.
god, it's
It's too goddamn
ridiculous.
pricey. But yeah, I'll go back. I do. There was a story I wanted about with gas.
Yeah,
Um, like I don't know if your parents are like this. But my parents will like if they find like the cheapest gas station in the city, that's where they're getting their gas from. A lot of the time, like nowadays, it's Costco because it's pretty convenient with the shopping. But like in the past, they found some places where they would drive across the city. We're talking like 5 miles, 5-10 miles to go
yeah,
drive to get gas, right? Especially because they have some diesel engines and you don't see diesel as often.
sure.
And like I did the math one time because people will drive miles and miles away to save 10 cents a gallon on gas, right?
Yep.
If you think about it, if you have a $20 tank, only 10 cents savings a gallon. That's $2. Like they would spend an hour of their time
Yeah.
to save a total of $2.
Hey, $2 an hour. $2 an hour. It's pretty
Yeah, $2 an
means a
hour.
lot to a lot of people.
But with one time I did the math and like the amount of gas they burned going to a gas station for diesel fuel that was cheaper in Seattle, like they cost more than that $2 or more than whatever they were saving. So they're actually losing money by driving away instead of just going to the gas station next to our house. Like it was so baffling to me, and this kind of relates back to the psychology that we're seeing all these deals now for Black Friday, right? When people see a price difference, they go out of their way to get that deal. Uh,
It
to a
kind of
point where they're
builds,
losing money, like my parents
yeah.
did. It's crazy.
It's kind of like building an expectation that if a product gets discounted by something, like let's say
Yeah,
that a chair instead of $10 it costs $2 on, for a discount. Then once I see that $2 being associated to the chair, then suddenly seeing trying to buy it for $10 makes no sense because I can get it for $2,
you have
at
the
some point.
option.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I mean, this is also about time valuation, right? Like, what do you value your time and so on. I think people will always be going for the good deals. Like, if you see a good deal, people are going to grab it. I always see that at like whenever if I clothes shopping, J. Crew, Banana Republic.
yeah,
I always see that sign, Old Navy. It's always like, oh, massive sale going on, 40% off.
40% off.
I see that all
Magic
over. You know
number.
what I'm talking? Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Like why?
40%
But
off.
like it's not. It's just like made like the retail price. They probably bump it up so when they cut it, it's like they're always gonna make money off of you. I don't know.
This is why having a price history is really handy, because
Yeah, that's a
like
good point.
trying to find if there's a pattern of when something goes on sale, it can like yeah delay your purchase. Like for example, just the other day I was buying a TV for the studio, and I
Hmm.
only bought it because when I looked at the price history, this was the lowest it was in 90 days. And even though like this TV was recommended, I was like, wait, since it's the lowest it's been, like I have to buy this now because it's probably going to go back up, kind of thing.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. It's like like this FOMO sensation of it's like, oh, this might be like the lowest time, right? I gotta get it now before it goes back up.
Yeah, I mean
Where
there's
do you track prices? Yeah.
this one was on Amazon, so it showed a just like a price history because I think it shows it
Oh,
for most
Amazon
products
shows it.
now. Yeah,
Oh, I've never been on Amazon that much. I didn't even know that.
yeah,
So Amazon has price histories. Wow, that's
yeah, pretty
cool.
nice. It's AI like Rufus or whatever they call it. You can ask it for price history too. Yeah, it's a very
That's
helpful
cool.
feature. Dude, actually related to the whole gas thing that your parents would, kind of like go out of their
Yeah,
way
you
to.
have a good one with your family?
Well, it's actually with me because, dude,
Oh, tell me, tell me.
the I don't remember the last time I've gotten gas that wasn't at Costco. Like,
Yeah, dude.
I would usually go out of my way to go get Costco gas. Like if I was on road trips, like when I drove from Seattle to LA last year, I would only
Hmm.
get gas at Costco. So I would like
Why?
plan my road trip because I think I'm so used to getting gas at Costco that I just feel like it's probably a solid deal. I guess I'm just in tune to it.
Oh, well, it's just the brand. Like you like
Yeah, it's just the
Costco.
brand
I'm wearing a
recognition.
Kirkland signature shirt, dude. Like, like I'm not. Costco's amazing. I totally understand.
But I do notice that if you go to like local, like really local gas places, they do have much cheaper gas. Like Costco,
Yeah,
I'll
but
see for
you're
like
paying for the convenience for a
yeah,
name brand, right? Like at some point, it is worth paying more. I think for your time, right? If you're gonna go shopping anyway, you're gonna be there anyway. It makes perfect sense to get gas there.
yeah.
You're saving so much time. You're saving even the thought of having to look places up. Like
Mm,
the time and the energy required. If you know it's like, oh, Costco, good gas. I'll probably get a snack while I'm there. I'll get some pizza. I'll get a hot dog. Like,
yeah,
it's the whole thing. It's like why
yeah,
I grew up. I feel like every once a week I'd have a Costco pizza because my like we'd go shopping at Costco and it's like, hey, it's right there. It's like $10 for the supreme pizza, with which they no longer have, which has to change in my opinion. But it was just a good deal, and like you're already there
customer
to shop.
loyalty goes a long way.
Yeah, but like, dude, I think they were like losing money, which is probably why they got rid of it. I don't know. Costco's great though. I'm
And
very pro
150 hot dog
Costco.
will never die. Maybe
Yeah,
after our
dude.
lifetime, but
Or those rotisserie chickens. Ooh.
yeah.
Yeah. I went to Costco for gas also. I was my girlfriend's sister in Sacramento. And we had to get gas and like we went to Costco just assuming like it'd be a good deal and stuff, but they were doing construction.
In
And so I remember we had
Costco?
to wait. Yeah, it was like on the sidewalk. And we were there
Yeah.
at like an off time too. It was like off peak. Um it was weird. So we thought it'd be like really empty, but it was actually packed. We had to wait like 35 minutes for gas. And like we're just waiting in line because they had to close
Oh
down
my
a couple of the
god.
stations. No, it was yeah, it was just very unlucky.
I would say at
Um,
that point, just go to another gas station, but also I'm one of those people that would wait those 35 minutes just to
yeah,
get the
we
gas.
were already in
So
line and
I
stuff,
don't
and
know,
like
man.
yeah. I wasn't in charge. I wasn't driving. I got no opinion on that one.
Well, the other thing is once you
Like
get
I
in
wasn't
line,
paying for gas either.
yeah, it's very
Once
hard
you
to
get
get
in
out
line,
of
the
the
sunk
line.
cost fallacy, right?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I've already put so much time into it. No, like this is back to these deals too. Like they really get you at psychology, branding, pricing, all of this. And like I imagine like Amazon, for example, they probably have so much data where like if they are dropping that price, like the historical price trend, and there's a big drop, they probably have raw data that just shows, oh, we get so many more purchases for this laptop, or oh, for TVs. When that drop, like the drop happens, they see a huge jump in orders. That would not shock me at all.
Well, I gave them one data point, so yeah,
Eh,
they're welcome.
yeah, no, it's crazy. Um,
Dude,
so yeah, I don't know. Anything else for Black Friday, Cyber Monday? Do you want to discuss anything, any deals you were looking at?
dude, it's weird because I do want to get some like a dining chair, maybe like a couple chairs, just like a bit
Because yeah, you're
more.
furnishing your studio apartment, right?
Yeah, a
So
bit
it
more
makes
furnishings, but even though it is Black Friday, Cyber Monday, whatever, like the holidays, I haven't really felt as rushed to like for the
yeah.
rest of the furniture. Because once I got the bed, the TV, the two counter stools,
Hmm.
I was like, oh, I don't really feel that rushed anymore. Even though maybe I'm missing out on potential deals.
Yeah, but that's the whole thing, right? It's like that feeling of missing out, right? The FOMO. That's how I think a lot of these companies and stuff. That's how they get you.
Yeah, maybe instead of doing
Uh,
this, I should look at some couch prices or just some other
no, no,
furniture
it's
stuff.
healthy. It's healthy. I'm also, I mean, you are too, big Facebook Marketplace kind of people, dude. I love that stuff. I got some like most of my furniture either came off the street, literally in New York City, because people are turning apartments so often.
Yeah.
Like every month, you'll see people moving out because there's just so many people. So many people moving in and out of the city, and it's all walkable. So you just walk around, you'll see that stuff. So a lot of my stuff, I think, actually came off the street, and then also Facebook Marketplace, or there are these buy nothing groups that are really
Mm.
good. And I've actually like when I moved, I've given a lot of stuff away on there too. So a very big fan. It's also better. You're recycling, products and stuff.
Dude,
But you've done that. You've
yeah.
sold stuff on Facebook
Yeah.
Marketplace. I remember that in
Yeah, in
California.
LA when I
Yeah.
was leaving and I got messages like so many messages for whatever and
Yeah, dude.
the more
No,
you decrease
it's
the
great.
price, it's just like a bigger swarm of people that just come to your inbox.
Absolutely.
And I'm like,
Yeah,
"Wait, who do I
yeah.
even choose?" Like,
How do you choose one?
yeah, I try to
What
do
was your
first come
go-to
first
method,
serve.
dude?
I try to do first
Oh,
come
you're a
first serve,
respectable man.
but it also depends on how long it takes for them to reply to me.
Yeah,
So if they say,
exactly,
"Hey,
exactly.
hey, like, can I come in the next, day?" I'm like, "Sure," if it's not taken by someone else that messaged me
Yeah,
right
see,
now that's
I
coming in the
love
next 5 hours.
I love that shit because like I've had it where people are like, "Hey, can you hold it for me for a few days?"
Like,
And I'm
what?
like, "No." I'm like, "This is a big city. I have other messages. Like first come, first serve. I like that.
Yeah. Yep.
I respect that. I do the same thing."
No, I tell them up
Um,
front. I think that's the important part. Telling them up front that like this is available up until it's not available. You know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah, and then it's first come, first serve. That's
Yeah.
always great. Have
It's
you ever had somebody come to your place to buy an item and try and lowball you on the spot? Or if you're gonna go buy something, like where they change the pricing
I think
on
that
like at the spot?
so that hasn't happened to me, but it I would do that if it doesn't match like the actual description, right?
Yeah, yeah,
That's the only time where I feel like it is a reasonable and probably like the good thing to do.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
only if like you
that's
break
fair.
expectations.
Yeah,
Uh,
you can change the price.
I
I've like had I actually used to lowball people.
when
So
you
this is
go
back.
there,
Yeah, but this is when I was like 16. I
when
had like
you're a
a
teenager,
yeah. So
you need to
I
make
used to
money
do this
somehow.
thing like with the we discussed it last time. I was doing like some Xbox modding and stuff as a service, right? I
Yeah.
used to flip cell phones also. So this is back when like the first iPhone came out and like the iPhone 3G. Those were really big, and then you had to have AT&T to use them. Only AT&T. And then there was an unlock, so you could use any SIM card.
Yep.
So I would buy the phones, unlock them, and then resell them. And you could charge like $100 to $200 more because everyone wanted an iPhone.
And
And it's
unlocked
like,
too, so
yeah,
they
and they
don't get
needed it
bounded
because
by a three,
yeah, and they
four
could
year contract.
literally pop their SIM card out and put it in. And that was really good. And so I used to go buy phones like that. And I was that guy where like I was honestly pretty shitty of me, but I was just a young kid, right? And I'm like, oh, there's a slight scratch. I'll give you $50 less, and so on. And
And
I have one
my
story of
God,
one of the first times. I think it was the iPhone 4, but I went with my dad, and I pulled all the money out. I think it was like $400. I pulled all the money out and put on the table, And then I was like, I'll give you 350. And I have the 400 single hundreds. I don't even have a 50. Like it was just me trying to, but like the guy, it was so obvious I was gonna pay him 400. I was just doing it for my own sanity. I don't know why, but I remember that very distinctly. And then my dad was teasing me the whole way home, and I did end up paying 400 for the phone.
But
But
you could have saved 50 if you were more persuasive.
well, yeah, I could have. But even if I did that, I didn't even have 350. And this is before PayPal and Venmo, I think, became bigger. So it was all just cash on Craigslist. And like I didn't even have. I
It's
only
all
had
pennies.
$400 in
It's all
hundreds.
pennies.
Yeah,
You'd bring like 400,000 pennies,
dude.
and then you're missing. You want to take
That'd
back
be so funny.
50,000.
Imagine like you just have all these huge like things in your truck, these huge bags of pennies.
Well, would you
Oh,
accept that? Like in any era, if someone said, "Hey,
hell
I'll
no.
give you like $1 million worth of pennies," like straight up, straight up.
Dude, right now, if somebody offered you a million, no, if somebody offered you $10,000 worth of pennies, would
Yeah,
you take it
that's a
right
million
now?
pennies.
A million pennies. Would you take that right now? And like they just drop it off right in your front yard, right in your porch.
Only if like banks and other institutions will still take that and give me like an electronic balance.
Yeah,
But
and
not
how would
but
you?
I don't want to keep it physically. Like we have a piggy bank in my house where we just throw a random coins in that we never use, and it's
Oh,
never going to be
nice.
used because no one uses coins.
Well, did you ever see like the change machines? I used to do this with my family. We grew up. There was like a rental property, so there was a washing machine, and so one of my
Yeah.
jobs was to go empty out the quarters in the washing machine that the tenants would
Oh.
use. And so you bring them down, like you'd actually manually put them in the little quarter rolls and go to the bank and drop them off. Because like I don't know if they take. You can't just show up with a bunch of change. I think you have to actually organize it somehow.
You know
I don't
what?
know, but yeah.
You know what would be fun to do with like 10,000 pennies or like a million pennies in that
10,000.
case?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Because like in Japan, since cash is still really prevalent in Japan, you'll end up
yeah,
having a lot of coins with you to use to
yeah.
pay things. And at
Hmm.
at certain konbinis like 7-Eleven, they have machines where you're given the final price of whatever you're buying, and then you can dump all of your coins in there until it hits that price.
Oh,
So I imagine like if I was buying like $100 worth of stuff at a konbini in Japan, that maybe I'd bring in like 10,000 coins and just dump
you just plop
everything.
it all in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I,
I know. Like Safeway in Seattle, it used to like there are these like coin machines where you can dump all your coins in and they'll give you cash out. But it wasn't part of the business. It was like a separate thing. They were just there
it
at
must be
Safeway.
so hard to manage. Just
Yeah, well, it's also a lot of work. Like I remember they would take a cut. They would charge you like a few percent to do the transfer into cash or whatever. But that's nice though in 7-Eleven. I like that. They can just dump all your coins in. Can
yeah.
you do that and then pay with card for the difference? Or do you have to choose the cash option and only pay
I'm
with
sure
cash
you
then?
could use your card to pay the difference. Yeah. Yeah, it's a good way
That'd
of
be pretty
dumping
sweet.
out the leftover coins you have on the last day of your trip, for example.
That's a big thing, especially when I like in parts of Germany too. People are very into cash because
Oh,
they know those credit cards are charging the merchants a little bit. So
yeah.
people are more into using cash.
Hmm.
That's good to know. That's cool. But yeah,
Yeah.
I think I would take. I don't know if I'd take $10,000 of the pennies. That's a lot. I don't have a car here, dude. Logistically, I don't even know how to get that to a bank.
Well, I mean,
It's a lot. It's a
ten
lot of
ten
pennies.
thousand dollars worth, like that's a million pennies. That's
Yeah, dude. Wouldn't that be like a lot? Like, how much would
well,
that
yeah, wouldn't
actually?
you grab like five big bags? And I'm sure you could fit like
How? I'm trying to
50K
like
in a
legit.
bag.
I don't
This is
know.
like one of those icebreaker questions where you just ask someone,
Like 1,000 pennies.
yeah, like
Yeah,
what
we,
would you
we, we
do?
can drop the pennies in. But yeah, the U.S. penny is gone. R.I.P.
Thank
Dude.
goodness. RIP, but yeah, you it served its time well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Let's get rid of the remaining
Each,
ones.
each penny, according to Investopedia, each penny was costing 3.7 cents to produce. For wow, that's crazy.
It would be nice if all of the pennies can combine themselves to make bigger coins. Like if you took 25
Dude,
pennies and like that all
dude,
like formed a quarter,
dude.
that'd
Like
be
Power
sick.
Rangers.
That'd be
Wait,
sick.
how did we not have that? How do we not have money? That's such a good idea. You take 5 pennies and like they could combine to make a nickel. Our money should be like that.
Right, this
You
is a
take
startup
five
idea.
$1 bills, you get a five.
Wait,
Dude, that's
quit talking. This is a
how
startup
did no
idea.
one? I guess because they were like because coins have been around for thousands of years, but
Yeah, but there's
we need
probably a
to
big
modernize
business
it.
there. Yeah, you could.
Yeah,
I
dude.
bet there's a business idea there.
Modular currencies.
Modular currency.
That's funny.
Dude, our yeah, we're about 30 minutes in, but I wanted to ask, which is kind of related to what you were talking about when you were buying phones and selling the no SIM card ones because you were making a
Yeah.
buck as a teenager. You were making a buck because
Yes, sir.
we had to ask our parents to buy us stuff when we were kids, like when Black Friday comes around every year, when the holidays come around every year. I try to ask
Hmm.
my parents, "Hey, this Xbox is on sale. Do you think we could go get one this year?" And try to get games with it. And that was like a whole big thing, right? I was always excited to see what the Black Friday deals would be because that would be like my one chance to potentially get my parents to buy me some games or a new console, whatever.
Yeah.
But then I was thinking about when I first got my job. My first job was in high school. It was teaching chess.
Hmm.
It
Hmm.
was a pretty chill job, just teach chess to elementary school students. And I think at that point, when I was making money for the first time, at that point, I don't think I've ever asked my parents to buy me anything ever since that day. Which
Where you
is,
actually have income.
yeah. Yeah. So I was actually wondering for you, when was the last time you've asked your parents to buy you something?
Either for the holidays, they'll ask me. It's like, what do you want for the holidays? I'll give them ideas if they don't know.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's when I was 13, I think, or four. That's why I started flipping phones. Is because my dad was like, I asked for an iPhone, like no. It's like, you know how expensive that shit is? You can't get an iPhone.
Yeah.
Like, what the heck? Like, what are you talking about? Because I was trying to get like the iPhone for the first one of the iPhone 3G. I think I was 13 or 14, and then that's why I started flipping them because I'm like, oh, okay. And I think I had some money saved up from like maybe from Christmas or like my grandparents or something. Like I would get some money from, I guess, family growing up. I think I was able to pull enough money, like a couple $100 to buy a phone. And my dad was like, "You can't afford this, but look on Craigslist. Maybe you can find a cheaper phone option." And that's when I started looking at that, and that's when I'm like, oh, like flipping them, and I got more interested in like unlocking them and so on. So I don't know, and I've always worked because I think after that, I think I was like, whenever like what it was the phones first around 13, 14, then it was the Xboxes a little bit later, like 15, and then 16 I was a lifeguard. So at 16 I started
Oh, yeah,
making some good
that's
money as
right.
a lifeguard,
That's
and
right.
then 18 in college I was TA like you were.
Yeah.
So I don't I always had that money stream. So I'm rambling here, but I think it's been a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was making me like feel some type of way because like just it was always so interesting waiting for those holidays, right? Because, you know, they're on
Yeah.
discount and parents are more likely to buy things that are on sale than when
A
they're
hundred.
not
I
on
think
sale.
all of my toys growing up are a good amount, especially video game consoles and stuff. If they didn't come from like eBay and Craigslist and stuff, it was from holiday sales. Like when I got the Wii, I remember it was from I think a Black Friday deal that my grandma waited in line
Yeah.
in for.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no one that I knew bought new stuff like consoles during the spring or the summer. It was
Yeah. When they would
always
come out usually.
yeah, not
Yeah.
well if it came out in like the spring then I don't it wouldn't be on sale or anything. So,
No, exactly.
oh
I
at
feel like
that
it always
point
came out in spring. I can't remember actually. Yeah.
At that point, you'd buy the previous generation that would go on sale
Yeah.
instead of getting the new shiny thing.
That's how it goes.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm trying to think, yeah, like other things I've asked them to buy me. I don't know.
It feels like
Mm.
empowering whenever that first time that I could say, "Oh, I can buy this with my own
Oh, it's
money."
sweet, isn't it?
Yeah, and
Yeah. What were you up to? So you were teaching chess. I kind of give you a little like, my work history.
yeah.
What after teaching chess, what were you doing?
I've only had 3 jobs in my life. I've had the teaching chess position in high school,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and then I did the teaching assistant with you in school, in
Yeah.
college, and then my current job now as an engineer.
Yeah.
So and they're all, I think, very like privileged jobs. So I haven't had any. I guess, white collar jobs or food industry
Mhm.
or, other, like customer service kind of jobs.
Yeah.
So yeah, just those three jobs. That's
I
about it.
I would argue that like I feel like chess, if you're a chess teacher, were you handling like dealing with parents a lot?
Mostly the kids that would,
Oh, okay.
dude,
Yeah.
teaching kids is like, I think, I feel like probably no matter the subject, right, as a teacher, like the most rewarding thing is when the students just are engaged
Oh, when
into
you
the
see that like
topic.
eyeball flash too, of like they actually understand something.
The eyeball flash, the
Yeah, like their
questions
eye,
that they
it's
ask.
amazing.
But then, yeah, the worst part then is not everyone cares about the stuff that you're teaching. And so having to still fight for it, or not fight, but still try to push for why this is important.
Hmm.
It's like nice and all, but it can be so demotivating if, like, no matter what you do, like a student doesn't really want to
Yeah.
learn. So like with chess, like a lot of students, they want to just play with each other kind of thing. They don't want to
Yeah.
like sit at a board and like try to think about how to play this pretty, I think, demanding game. Like I feel like chess is pretty mentally taxing. Uh,
Yeah.
so yeah, I dealt with a. I had a lot of students that didn't want to play chess at all, and having to teach someone who doesn't want to play chess.
Were they there? Like, did their parents make them? Like, why were
Yeah,
they there then? They didn't
yeah,
want. Yeah.
after
See that
school
that's
programs.
yeah.
Yeah,
That so
yeah.
that's why. Yeah. If
My
it's like an
parents are
after school
busy.
thing, right? Okay. So you weren't. I thought you were doing like kind of like private tutoring and stuff, but that you were actually just teaching as part of like an after school program
Yeah,
for a school. Yeah.
yeah.
That
After
sounds
school
pretty rough.
program.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would argue that is like there is some customer service there. It's not like a traditional one, but you are like, you're trying to make the parents and kids happy,
You
right?
think?
Like you couldn't go in there and just start yelling at the kid and force them to play, right? You couldn't do that.
Yeah,
Or were
that
you crazy? Did you get the belt out, Alan?
not at all. No, not me. I don't hurt anyone. I don't. I've never hit a person in my life, except your abs.
You've
When I
hit
hit,
me several
yeah,
times.
yeah,
Just
except
kidding.
that. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I think lifeguard stuff was a little bit customer servicey. A lot of people like just ask you questions a lot during the time.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, but a lot of it's just sitting on a chair, staring into the ocean or the pool.
And getting paid
Yeah, dude,
because who
getting
doesn't
paid.
like getting paid?
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
Uh,
Hey, we're
yeah, you got
40 minutes
anybody?
in.
Oh, we're 40 minutes. Okay.
Yeah. That's
Do you
pretty.
want to keep rambling? How are we feeling? We gotta get into one more thing though.
Yeah.
The last topic, and we actually talked about customer service a little bit, right? But
Yeah.
we want to talk about
So
like the tipping culture here.
yeah, I was kind of
Tips.
intrigued by a tweet that I saw the other day.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
we have a tweet from someone in New York. So probably maybe it's a place close by to where you are in Queens. So this is in Queens,
Yeah, yeah.
and this person is a waiter at a what I believe to be a fancy restaurant because this person tweeted out table of four that absolutely loved their meal and service tipped $200 on a $3,023 check. And this person finishes the tweet saying, just as I was starting to unlearn my hatred for the French, they turn around and do this.
Hell yeah. I love that ending. Yeah, fuck the French. No,
Now there are a lot of things to unpack there, especially
yeah, yeah.
that second sentence. But
Well, a $3,000 check
yeah, a
for a
three
table of
thousand dollar
four.
check. So yeah,
They must have been
they were
dining.
dining.
That's like $900. No, I'm stupid. What is that? Like 800?
Yeah, it was
850 a
like seven
person?
fifty per person,
That's
essentially.
that's crazy.
Yeah. So
Dude, I
yeah, they were
gotta.
eating good. I'm sure like whatever this waitress was bringing over, it was some high quality stuff.
I mean, I hope so.
But yeah, for
Yeah.
a $3,000, what I think maybe this person expected a 20% tip, or
But
they're
like we were
upset.
talking about this a little bit earlier. 20% to me is ridiculous for an expensive meal. Like I'm usually a 20 to 22% kind of guy for tipping.
Yeah,
Like maybe up to a few $100s. But over that mark, like if I'm dropping $500 plus on a meal, usually it like kind of scales down. So the tip becomes 18%, 15%. I think I've had like a couple of checks of like $2,000, and like usually I'm leaving 10%.
Mm.
And that was just I think the way I grew up. It's just like when it got that to that scale, I don't think 20% is normal. 20% is a very recent concept in general.
So I'm like I
Yeah.
fully agree like with everything like you're
Hmm.
saying. Um like I don't like the tipping culture. I don't like having to tip, but it's because
Yeah,
it's
today
like
culture alone is
the
terrible.
cultural like pressure or whatever. Then I I feel like okay, if 20% is the norm for sit down restaurants and whatever,
Yeah. Hmm.
then it's like but where do people draw the line of when 20% starts being too much for a meal? Cuz yeah, I totally like don't like that like why do I need to tip more than $200 for any kind of
It's
meal
insane.
for
Yeah.
the same amount of work that someone's doing, which is likely carrying the food over, being friendly, making sure that the customers are having a good time. Why does the tipping matter? Why does the tipping need to change so drastically depending on how expensive this food that I'm carrying over is?
Yeah, I'm sure you do get better service at a more expensive restaurant, but it's like not proportional in the sense of like you're still going to maintain that percentage of tip. I think you go up and then at a certain point you kind of scale it back. But also, I've only done that a couple times. I'm not dropping thousands of dollars for meals very often, right? Those are all big family meals, where I was a part of the conversation about how much to tip.
Yeah, I mean, but
Um,
to play devil's
yeah,
advocate for a bit, even though I don't want to tip, like if the norm is to tip 20%, then like
yeah,
logistically speaking, it makes sense to me why this person would expect um what 20% of 3,000 is
but
$600, right?
yeah, but I don't
Right.
know if it's the norm for expensive meals. That's the thing. I think it is the norm if you're out there for like $400 or less, maybe. I don't
Mm,
think it's the norm. But then again, I don't have lots of data points. This is just kind of what my mom
mm.
told me growing up. When we had big family meals, it's like, oh, if it's over $1,000, like just do 10%.
Just get rid of tipping
So,
because now you have to maintain all these rules
oh, dude,
about oh,
tipping
if
is
it
ass.
hits a
It's
certain threshold,
awful.
then it becomes this percent. But if you go higher, then it's just a mess.
Dude, even now, what I hate too, when they ask you to tip on shit you get to go. You go to Chipotle. I don't know if Chipotle does tips. Like Starbucks,
No.
like if you're getting stuff to go, actually Starbucks I do tip. But like restaurants and stuff, if you're getting it to go, I just don't. It's just so silly that you see that. So usually I won't do 20%. But I don't know. I think for me, like the rule's always been like a beer, I'll tip $1, coffee, I'll tip $1, things like that.
I do
Um,
20% for that. For like even small like drinks too.
oh yeah, I just feel like $1. So if you're only paying like a few bucks for a coffee, I think are in. But yeah, I think tipping it's terrible because other countries like a lot of the time it's all included. The tax and the tip are in the number you see. And after having that and experiencing that, it's so hard to go back to where you see, $18 for a food item maybe. But in reality, you have, depending on where you are, like $2 added for tax and like, 350 for tip. I hate it so
It's
much.
ridiculous. And like some of the defense like in defense of this kind of message is it's just mind-boggling to me because it tends to blame the customer more when really it's like the boss or the
Exactly.
the company that is the restaurant or whatever that
Yeah,
like should take responsibility for paying their workers for the work that they do. So
absolutely. And I think that's a big part of it. Is I think they actually pay under minimum wage. And then they use tipping as a way to offset that. And I think the way it works is if they don't get enough in tips, then they get paid a minimum wage. Um, but no, it's awful. I don't know what other countries do it besides the U.S. actually to have this tipping culture.
yeah, there was a little graph on that someone made on Reddit about like expected tipping amounts by the country, and
Mm,
if you look at it from east to west, so like if you start from like Asia and go all the way to America, it's all very like basically zero. You're not expected to tip at all, and then suddenly
yeah,
in the U.S. it's 20+%. So it's like definitely more of a Western thing. More
Are we at
mainly like a
20
US
plus
thing.
now? Yeah, that's crazy. I remember when it was 15, and now I feel like it's 20, but I see 22, 25 as options.
Well, yeah, when you go to like even a cafe, even a small cafe or a restaurant, and they have the
Yeah.
tablets that they flip over to you after showing you the
Dude,
price
that's
that
the
you should be
worst.
paying, and
That's the worst. And then you have to do it while they hold it for
25%.
you. Oh my, and then they're right there. I
No, I'll look
guarantee
them in
you
the
if
eye, and then I'll say like no
oh
tip or
dude, I
whatever
can't do that. I'm not a
if I really
monster.
care.
Bro, if you could do that in like isolation without actually having the person hold the thing for you, where you never see them again after you click that button, I guarantee you the tipping rate would drop substantially. Like people would be tipping less. It's just the added like a humanified. I don't know. The emotional part of it is having somebody right there watching what you're doing that directly like impacts their pay. It's
I,
awful.
I know what you
It's
mean,
awful.
and I definitely like feel that way, but I think from now on, I'm gonna stick to my principle, and I'm just yeah, just stick to my principle of okay, like generally
What's the principle?
20%.
Yeah,
It's like generally 20%.
20% flat.
I will adhere to a culture that I don't like, mainly for like for the let's say just to not be rude in public. But
Yeah.
if it's ever like pressured for 25 or 30 or whatever, no, I'm going to say
Do you mainly change it? But you change it back to 20 if you
I'm
hold the
going to drop
button.
it to 10 or even 0 at that point if
Oh
they
shit, my man.
pesk me. So,
I don't think people. I've had that happen one time where I sit down at a bar and I got some seats and I think we had like a cocktail or two and I think I left like it was in New York City where a cocktail was like $20, right?
so bad.
So I think I only left like $3 or $4 as the tip, maybe a little bit more. But they like I think it was 10 or 15%. Like it wasn't as much as 20%. And the guy came up to me afterwards, the waiter, and was like, "Was there a problem with the service? Like the tip amount is low." And it was just I was like, "No, everything was fine." Because again, like we went there, we sat down, we had a cocktail, we drank it, and we just kind of left. And it was probably for me too because I'm not really used to that cocktail culture. That was new to me.
Mm,
But I was never like on a beer and stuff or a drink. I usually just tip $1 or
mm.
$2 for a cocktail. That was like I think that's what I did. I had that standard thing of just $2 a cocktail.
That's
So yeah,
it's so weird. Yeah, I'm trying to even think about when it jumped from 10, 15 to 20 and
COVID
maybe
I know also bumped tips up. But there's a whole New York Times article about
mm.
that. I remember reading about what the expected tip is. But yeah, when I grew up, I remember it was 15. That was standard.
So, some friends that we know even like they just like don't tip anymore in the US.
No, they
And
don't. You're
no.
saying there are people that we know that just don't tip at restaurants and stuff?
Yeah, I think one of our friends like doesn't tip at a restaurant.
You can tell me after this.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
terrible. I get
Oh,
it, but
you
if you're
think that's
getting like
terrible? You
takeout,
think that's terrible because of like
of
the
course it's
culture?
terrible. Well, it depends. Of course. It's because they're not being paid like my whole philosophy is it's built into it. Like if you don't
Mm,
if you don't want to tip or if you can't afford the tip or it's too much, don't eat at that place. You're
mm.
supposed to tip. It's just how it is. You are supposed to tip here. Like don't go out to eat then. Mm. If you're not gonna tip. Especially if
I
you're
see
sitting
where you're
down. Like if
coming
you're getting it
from.
to go, even if you're getting coffee, maybe I don't think it's that big of a deal. But if you're sitting down in a restaurant where literally the tips subsidize their wages because the system's all fucked up, you shouldn't like take a stand and just not tip and be a dick. Just choose a different restaurant. Lots of restaurants now, at least in New York City, they actually include the tip in the cost of it. Like there are no tipping restaurants. So go to one of those then. But don't
Mm.
show up at a regular restaurant where it's expected to subsidize wages and then not tip. I think that's terrible.
Does it
Yeah,
hurt
some of that person.
the workers in the long run? Like
Yeah,
let's say
because
everyone stopped tipping. Who does it hurt the
yeah.
most?
Well, I think if we did it as a unit like that, I think you would have reform. I think then you'd actually have more reform around it. If we all collectively agreed to just not tip anymore, I think we'd have reform. That oh, you know what, we're gonna raise prices of the items
Mm.
to compensate and pay people a minimum wage at least. Because people servers do not make minimum wage; they make less than it
Oh, for sure.
because they get tips.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Like I don't know if terrible is the word I would use if someone didn't tip or but so I
If
probably
they
like
know they
I think
should,
like
yeah.
I guess I think less negatively of it uh than you do. But
I think it's because these friends like they're not like visitors or tourists who just don't know the culture.
Mm.
They actively know what's expected of them, right? And they just don't do it. I think that's pretty bad.
But then, like, if like in a year or two, it becomes 25%, like jumping from 20 to 25%, then I wonder, like, for myself, I guess, would I adhere to that just because it's 25%
You would,
now?
like just like you did for the 15 to 20. Like we all would,
Mm.
right?
Mm. Yeah.
I would think so at least. I like I don't know.
Yeah.
I think that's the norm.
Probably.
But maybe you'd see real movements around it. Like maybe you would actually see like a whole movement. And like I said, like there are some restaurants that have no tipping now. It's included in the price. It'll say like we're not a tipping establishment. So maybe you'd see more
Yeah,
of
yeah,
that
at that
spawn
point
out.
I should stop eating at that place. Or just stop going to that
Yeah,
place.
that's a
Yeah,
good
if I
way. Or it's
don't,
like if it's expected.
yeah,
Yeah, if 25%
then
becomes
I
expected at
won't.
certain
Yeah,
places.
then I'll get
Yeah.
I'll cook or I'll do takeout. But then they'll increase the price of takeout, so to compensate for the loss of tips. So
Yeah,
so
I
it's
mean, I
like,
don't know. Maybe if a 25% jump does happen, I feel like it doesn't just happen immediately. I think things slowly shift, right? Like it was 15, 18, then 20, right? Now you see 22. I think 22 will become the norm. I've actually seen that. There's a Blackbird app where 22 is the norm thing for when
yeah.
you order food and stuff. Then it'll be 25. Like it's a slow, gradual change.
Living in a place where you don't like the culture, but yeah, probably still better to adhere to the culture. Cause
I mean, I think that the tips is a specific culture. There are lots of other parts that are great. I wouldn't say I don't like the culture. I would say I don't like the culture on tipping and food when you go out to eat.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, yeah. I mean, I don't think anyone likes it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
It's
yeah,
just annoying. But some people don't know any better. Some people just don't know, right? If you've never traveled abroad, you've never gone somewhere where they include tips, you don't know any better.
Quake, hide it. Don't let anyone travel abroad. Don't let them know.
Yeah, dude. Oh, how we doing? We're probably an hour now of
Oh,
time. We've been
yeah,
rambling about tipping for a
54, I
while,
think.
huh?
Yeah, I
You want
think
to try and hit out a full hour? You want to just do 6 more minutes?
you want to do
We can
6 more
cut it
minutes.
afterwards.
No, I
We can
think
do 6 more minutes. Yeah.
let's do. I think this is a good stopping point. It's a good
You want
stopping
to cut here?
point.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Some fun
Fun little
discussions,
discussions
man.
there.
Yeah.
We had some good topics. Well, we Black Friday, a little
Black Friday,
Thanksgiving chat, a little catch up,
yeah,
deals, gas prices. What
tipping,
we do, tipping,
culture.
yeah, and like some of our work history.
Yeah,
Yeah, cool.
all right. Yeah, thank you for watching episode 2. Yeah,
Yeah, of us just
that's been
chatting about
episode
random
2.
things.
Yeah,
Yeah, thank you.
cool.
See you.